Hey there, scrapbook friends. It's Nicole from Nicole's Scrapbooks, and I'm here with episode 9 of Theme Park Thursday Series 2. And this is a layout kind of that downtown Disney. It's kind of us walking home, and it's about the first purchases of our Disney trip, which were these Main Street Electrical Parade Spirit jerseys that Michelle and I both had to have. And I wore it home back to the hotel that very night. I had a lot of fun with this one. I knew I wanted to do something to bring out kind of the little lights in the Main Street Electrical Parade. I don't know what I'm going to do when we get to the pages that are actually the Main Street Electrical Parade. I may end up using kind of this same color scheme. I've got some ideas already percolating in my head for when that happens, but that of course is at night. And next week we start our day at Disneyland. So it'll be a few weeks, but you may see this kind of crazy confetti. They're supposed to be thousands of twinkling lights from the Main Street Electrical Parade. Oh, there's a little jumper. He wasn't supposed to be there. So stay tuned to see how this kind of came together, how I started with one idea and it went, a couple of different ways. And like I say, it's a lot, but I love it. And I hope that you will too. Okay, so my next set of pages is called Main Street Electrical Parade Spirit Jersey. So my daughter, Michelle, and I both love the Spirit jerseys from Disney. It's just a gimmick. And when we the main thing we're excited about being at Disneyland for was the return of the Main Street Electrical Parade for the 50th anniversary. And so we saw this Spirit jersey in the World of Disney store and of course had to buy it. I had to buy one for me. I also had to buy one for my friend and she bought one for herself. I probably bought them for both of us actually, and then we wore them. So I put it on and wore it home. Thank goodness for California. In Florida, I bought so many Spirit jerseys and I can almost never wear them there. So I wore that home and then we went back and, that's the same picture. Oh, and that's the same picture. Okay, I've got double prints of some of these. We went back and tried them on and modeled them for each other, So apparently I have 5 pictures and not 8 pictures for this layout, but I have a double page spread and I would really like to do something with this. Actually, when I was working on my Savvy Scrapbookers video, I used this bubble, scallop bubble, sadly retired far too soon, border punch. But if you look at the little dragon, it's got all those little lights around it. And I thought this would be a really fun thing to do. And so these two are kind of together and these are together. And so maybe I'll do these two on a page and something with the border. Actually, I haven't done yet is any circles. What if I did a circle for these two and then this on the facing page, and I could put in little colors and sprinkle some of that around. That could be really, really cute. What if I did it on black shimmer cardstock or paper, and did the circle, and then we could do the border down this way. I think I like that idea of doing the circle. So let's start with that. You never know how a punch is going to work as a circle. So before I punch it out of my black shimmer cardstock, I want to use some scrap paper. And of course, it's going to be one of these that I have. And I want to have a pretty good size circle, but I don't necessarily want it to take up the whole page. I want it to be in a little bit down. So if I did a 10-inch circle, if I do a 10-inch circle, it's going to make it a little bit smaller than that. Let's do a 10. And of course, I'm going to use my beloved circle cutter. Hopefully you've seen my video about this. I may need to do another video, but we're going to do a 10-inch circle cutter. And because I don't care on this one if I go to the middle, you know, it doesn't need to be exactly centered on the scratch paper, but what I want to do is make sure that it's going to fit on my paper. And so I'm going to try and center it. So this little piece needs to be in the center. So there's the 6-inch there and the 6-inch there. That's the 6. That's the 6. That's close enough for this one. If I were doing this like with rings or something, I would use the Post-it hack. But for this, that actually was pretty close. I love my circle cutter. Now I'm going to take another piece of paper because this makes a ton of confetti when you're done. So to punch around a circle, you know, Megan measures and draws lines and stuff, and I don't care. I'm too lazy. So I'm just going to put it in here, make sure that that all the pieces of the punch are on, and punch. And then I need to figure out kind of how to overlap it. So I kind of want this one. There's a, let me zoom down a little bit. All right. So I don't want to double punch. I don't want to over punch. Got that piece right there. I need to move a little bit farther away. So I just want to make sure that I don't have any other of the punches from the previous page showing through, or the previous punch. That's okay. That's a little close right there. That's kind of a big, oh, I guess that's that gap between there and there. That's going to be all right. I'm going to just see. I don't want this to be too close. Nobody's ever going to know. So it does leave that little little triangle piece. It's totally fine. I'm trying to make sure that when I center this, the center of the circular shape is kind of in the middle. I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be like that. But I don't really want to overlap that. Well, maybe I could overlap that one little punch and see. No, that gets me too close. Okay, this time I am overlapping that one little punch. We'll see how that looks. Yeah, that makes those, oh, sorry, makes those two a little bit too close together. You do need to make sure to pop the, see, that one was too close right there. Oh well, it doesn't matter. When I cut it for real, I'll know better. And oh, it's not going to quite fit, darn it. I was hoping it would be exactly in the middle. I end up with this extra piece, but that's okay because we can just cover that with a photo or an embellishment. And I'm just going to go through and cut, you know, cut these little pieces out to give me an edge. We'll just cut the little triangles to give us that bubble. Okay, so I'm not going to do it with this one because this is just my practice. All right, so now I've got this paper that has all this confetti. And we'll just get rid of that. Let me get some black shimmer and we will do our official real punch. All right, here's my piece of black shimmer. And this one, do I have a Post-it note that's already made? I don't want to have to make another Post-it note. We're just gonna wing this again. I don't think I need a to be exactly centered. So we're gonna cut our 10-inch circle. I could still maybe use this for something else, but I don't know what. I like to make a plan when I do this so that I know what I'm going to use my leftover paper for. We'll put this again to catch all the specks. And this time I'm going to save the specks, all the little pieces. And actually, I think I need to pull out my one of my little trays. I probably need another tray because I'm going to have to dump whatever's in it out. So, makes a lot of confetti. It's a little bit harder to see on the black. Oh yeah, that's working out okay. I can still see where the other circles are. Doing better actually because I punched it on that white paper. I'm not overlapping as much. This is the one that's tricky. It's kind of way off to the edge, so I don't want these pieces to touch it. Again, making sure that the top edge stays in the circle. Yeah, hopefully you were able to get kind of a good view of this while I was punching on the white, because on the black it's harder. It's a lot harder to see. Oh, that one's a little close. Ugh. And I'm sure that there is some mathematical measurement I could have used that would end up give me an exact right sized circle so that the punch would line up exactly. But I don't know how to do that kind of math. There's a reason I was an art major in college, and it was because I didn't want to do a lot of math. Didn't mind geometry. I was kind of a geometry girl. Geometry has always made sense to me. All right, this is going to be really, really, so close. All right, and then there's that little extra piece. All right, let me grab a little tray to put all this stuff in. So it turns out what my tray still has in it was all this confetti from our title page layout. So I just dumped it in this project playbook for now, and I need to find a better way to store this and or just bring myself to throw it away. I don't know. Do you guys save all this little punch confetti? I'm not going to save the circle pieces, but I want all the little, actually, I don't know if I want the black dots. Last month, at my studio, we did the poolside paradise project recipe, and it used this border punch, and then you save what they call the punch debris. I've heard other people call it other things. There's a name they use that I don't like. I find it third grade, but I like to call it the confetti. So we just want to save all this confetti in case we want to use it for later in our project. All right, and then I'm just going to cut. I can't decide if I should cut like down and make little half circles, or if I should try to cut, that worked. If I should try to cut like a little outside circle. I think going in and cutting it down is easiest. All right, I won't make you watch me do this. Although maybe it won't take that long. It probably won't take that long. All right, sorry. I'm not going to make you watch. You can close your eyes if you want. But I don't think I'm going to fast forward through this. Yeah, that needs a little bit of cleaning up. But the hard part's going to be that one section that's big. It's going to be a little harder to clean it up. But any of the border punches, you can try this technique with. If they have a really straight design, if this was like a straight line, it wouldn't work as well, just because you can really see. But because of this one, the way it's kind of off, kind of random, it's not so bad. So we'll just do that. Okay. All right, I did pull it off camera for a minute and clean it up a little bit, but I really, really like it. So, I mean, I do have this one section that's going to need something over the top of it, but that will not be hard. And I think I'll put these two pictures. I mean, I can even just do something like that on the one side. And then I was thinking I would continue the black across, but maybe I don't want the black. Maybe I want to do a different color with the electrical parade. I kind of don't like this centered either. I think I want it to be up on the side. And maybe I don't know. I don't know about do a title. Something like that. But then I need something that goes across. And I thought I wanted to do the bubble punch again and do a vertical stripe across the other side. Save this little white piece in case I think of something else to do with it. I thought I wanted to do something. I kind of want a stripe now that goes across, and maybe I want it to be color. Maybe I want it to be green. Do I want it to be green shimmer? I think I maybe want all of this to be shimmer. Let's see what colors of green we have. All right, so this is Parakeet Shimmer. This is a current color. This one is called Green Apple Shimmer, and it's from 2013 of all times. And I think the Parakeet, I don't know, they both kind of go. I think I like the Parakeet Shimmer better. So what if I did like a stripe? These are digital size pictures, so they're 4 by 5.3. What if I did a 6-inch stripe across both pages with the green? And then, oh boy, I was thinking I would punch extra little confetti and fill in some of these holes. But what if I did use this as like a template and filled in all the holes and didn't put the, oh, that's not going to work. That would be way too much work. Maybe I'll just do a black border along the other side too. All right, let's cut this at 6. It might be a little bit bigger than I need, but 6 is an easy number to cut. Let me grab another piece of cardstock. Maybe I don't want white as my base. Oh, this wasn't supposed to be my base. This is just to catch my confetti. What if I used, now that I've already cut this, what if I used green as my base or yellow? What if I use solar yellow for my base and then all of these? It's going to be wild and crazy. That might be too much. Let me take this and see which colors I can get that kind of are in this design, maybe pink. And I'll bring some of each of them and then I'll decide which one I'm going to use for my base. Okay, I pulled out the yellow, solar yellow. And when this first came out, I think I told you guys this, when this first came out, I thought, I'm never going to use that yellow. It's way too bright. And I only have one piece left after this one. But that's like a really close yellow to that. This is the Azalea Shimmer. We don't have this exact kind of red, but I think the Azalea Shimmer works well. It's kind of got the pink in here. That matches that. The Lagoon Shimmer actually is a fairly close to that. I tried Vista and a couple of the other colors, but that matches. And then I just brought the Rose Shimmer because it was like a lighter pink. I don't know that I love the lighter pink, so I think I'm maybe going to rule that one out right away. I'm going to take my matte away because I want to use 2 pieces. And let's try it with the yellow. Oops. Apparently I need to adjust my camera. Okay, that's a better camera angle, I hope. So if I did this up here and then did the green behind it, I don't know that I love that with the green behind it now that I've cut that. I'm like, oh no, I only got 4 pictures. It's because one of them I moved. I really am liking this little black piece though. See, you'll never know that that little corner's on there. I might need to map these photos. And then I could do, gosh, I wish you could do it like that. But I think I can trim these down. This one for sure. I don't know about the green. Or the yellow, frankly. Oh, the pink is calling to me. I could still use the green. Maybe this needs to be kind of up here more. It's kind of how I started it. Maybe I do the pink, like another row of the bubbles in the pink behind. That's a lot of bubbles. But then I'm thinking I want to kind of sprinkle, you know, sprinkle some bubble. No, maybe that's what I do. Maybe I do this on black. What if I did the black? Let's see if I have a scrap of black. Okay, I don't have a scrap of black shimmer, but I have a scrap of black from Rise of the Resistance. What if I did it as black back here? Now then you lose, well, I mean, I could fill in colors in all of these anyway, but you kind of lose that definition. So no black, no to the black. This is the part where I'm just gonna have to sit and ponder and think about, and it doesn't translate well to a YouTube video. I'm also thinking, surprise, surprise, that this needs something around the edge, like a line. Oh, the little music. The music notes are cute. Maybe I mix the little lights with the music notes. Can you see the little music notes all around here? I wish we had a wavy music notes. Put this back on. I definitely need something. Maybe this goes farther down. Okay, I like it farther down. What if I punched? I kind of want to do a black border. Maybe I don't want to use this after all. I kind of want to do a black border and then put the bubbles on the top and the music staff underneath, because I could punch the music out of white and then put it on. Oh, but I could just use a different color. I could keep this. I could do like the music notes on white, put them on a pink stripe above and below the green, and have the yellow. I think that's going to work. Let me grab the music notes, and I'm a little leery of punching the music notes all the white shimmer, but I think I'm going to try it just in case. Okay, here's some white shimmer. Here's the music staff and notes And here's my little paper to catch the confetti. And we'll see how this one does. Some of the punches are just the shimmer paper. Yeah, it's a little fragile. See, it didn't quite cut through there. The punches need to be strong enough to cut through cardstock, and sometimes the shimmer paper is just a smidge too delicate. So what we're going to do, we'll take another one of these and we're going to double punch it. And believe it or not, this is going to work. You don't do this with cardstock. You would not want to use it with cardstock. But for some reason, it keeps it from jamming. Actually, I'm sitting down. I need to stand up. It's a little harder because I didn't start the paper. So my edges aren't quite lining up. But yeah, that first one, it kind of caught and tangled, and now all of these are working fine. But do I really want to have to cut 4 of these? I think I'm just going to put this in. Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, I should have started them together. I think when I've done this in the past, the first piece has ripped up so much that I've had to start a whole new row. All right, so that worked. So if I put this on here, actually I wouldn't, I would say I wouldn't need, I don't need to cut 4, but I do. But I could put this along the top, like as a border. This one little piece where it didn't cut right is gonna irk me. I think I like that as a border, but then do I want the bubbles along the top, or do I maybe just do one piece of this I just feel like there's the whole reason I punched on a paper was so I wouldn't have this happen. Kind of want the bubble edge along the top of this. All right, let's punch a straight bubble edge and see. This is a lot more border punching than I usually do. So I don't know, this, the black shimmer is working fine in here. It doesn't need a double. It's maybe, I don't know if it's a little thicker than the white shimmer, or, you know, this punch is more solid with more of a, you know, it's more negative space punch, where that one punches all the way away. Okay. Still gonna take these guys off. Save my little confettis. Oh, it has to be. It has to be. But what if I put this on top of it? Is it going to just get lost? Nope, it's going to work fine. So, oh, geez, Louise. So I'm going to punch, oh, maybe I'll only do one row across the top and then just like a pink stripe across the bottom, rather than doing this at both. I was thinking I was going to do the music at both ends. I think that's too much for me. I think I'll do it like this, just a pink, maybe a pink stripe and then a black stripe across the bottom. Maybe pink, white, and black. A skinny stripe and a wider. Okay. But I don't know how to punch this so that it's just, I don't have to even, I don't have to do the top and bottom. I'll just do the top. So I just need to punch one more. And whenever I'm punching just two of something like this, I love to just punch both sides and trim. I think I told you that in Savvy Scrapbookers. I'm sorry to be showing you now twice a border punch you can't get. Sorry, it's so cute. I don't know how Creative Memories decides which ones we're going to want and which ones we're not. Okay, let's cut this piece then. Trim that little speck off too. We're going to go about 1 3/4 on this. So I'm going to cut on that side. I just put a new mat in and it's so nice. It's so nice. Okay, 1 3/4. Somebody was asking me, how do you know when it's time to change your mat and when it doesn't feel smooth when you cut? And you know, can flip your mat over. And I actually just replaced my blade as well because I flipped my mat over and it still felt like it was cutting a little bit rough. So the official policy is that, or the official guideline is that the mat strips are good for 500 cuts per line. And there's, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. And that the straight blades are good for 2,000 cuts, which is, 500 times 4. I have found that I don't feel like that's necessary. I don't feel like I need to replace my blade every time I replace my mat strip. I probably do my mat strip every, that's not the one I wanted, darn it. I probably replace my mat strip every, 2 or 3 mats. Sorry, replace my blade every 2 or 3 mats. Apparently thinking about mats and how nice my thing was cutting distracted me from what I'm supposed to be doing, which is the music notes. Again, I don't usually do multiple punches on one page. Oh yeah, that's so much better. It's still a little sensitive to me. And I'm having to use 2 hands. I didn't quite get that lined up. This will be the side that goes under the black circle though. Well, I guess it won't matter, it's not that noticeably different. This particular punch punches a complete section, so if you scooch it over a little too far, it's not that big a deal. I just have this one tiny little string. All right. I want to save these little circles, but I don't want the non-shimmer, so I'm just not going to save any of them. I can see myself punching more of circles in the future. All right. For some reason, I always lose this little silicone mat on my table. I don't know why. It doesn't really have a home. I mean, I have a home for it, but it's not a convenient home, so I probably need to find a more convenient place where I will be more inclined to use it. All right, and then we're going to do it just like that. Oh, yes. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. And I think I'm just going to cut this also. I need enough space to have room for adhesive, so I'm going to cut it at 1 3/4, just because that's an easy number to cut over here on this side. Kind of wish it was 2 inches on this side. Or, I don't know, 1 3/4 is an odd measurement. I think I need my mat. Position this. We'll put some adhesive. I'm going to use the permanent. I'm just putting some adhesive right here along the top edge. About right there. It looks really cute. And some of it is showing through the adhesive a little bit, but it doesn't matter because we're going to stick this right on our page. If I were making borders to like leave in my stash for later, which I haven't done in a long time, I would want to make sure that, well, I would have put the adhesive on here is what I would have done. That would have been smarter. I can't remember what I decided here. I think I just lined, I think I lined it up this way. All right, and then this one to the 1/4. All right, and while I've got these papers out, I'm gonna cut I think I'll do a 1/4 inch strip of the black. And a 1/2 inch strip of the white, or the pink. And I'm going to do like an 1/8 of an inch strip of the white. Okay, that's not quite straight from the punching. I don't know why, because it looked straight on the thing. So the line right here on your trimmer, the line closest to the logo is where it cuts, and then theoretically this line right here is an 1/8 of an inch, but there's a little variance sometimes in where the trimmer goes. I'm going to kind of go past, just kind of past that line, kind of halfway between that line and the 1/4 inch. So that's, I don't know what that is. That's more than an 1/8. Is it 3/16? But that's what I want, like 3 varying width lines. And we'll do pink. I'm an 80s girl, so pink and green together, perfectly fine by me. There we go. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Okay, so on the other page, then I will put this kind of up here at the top, or do I put these up high and bring this down here? I think I like this. I think I need to lay both of them out and play around with that a little bit. I seriously spent, you know, quite a good amount of time recently cleaning up my room, getting rid of that pile of stuff that needed to be put away. And like, it doesn't stay tidy. It was totally tidy when I started today's video. How did it happen? Okay. And by totally tidy, I mean totally tidy for a craft room. The standards are different. Like, I wouldn't eat off anyone's floor, but I wouldn't want to prep food in here because you probably get tape runner in your food. Okay. Get these little guys all positioned. And then this, set it down here. Oh, and then I can take just some punch confetti of these colors and kind of sprinkle them down here along the bottom, maybe. Actually, maybe I could just cut another piece and kind of bee it in there. We'll see what I'm going to do with that. Somehow I'm going to fix that. Nope. This one. All right, do we like it like that, or do I want it like this down here? I think I like it up here. I don't want to like it up there. I want it to all kind of be together, but I think I like it like this. So this is about maybe 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. I'm going to take the black and the white. And they're shimmer, so I can use them either direction. Okay, so if I put this so that it's right underneath the 1 inch, then that puts it at 3/4 of an inch. Now I'll just position everything on top of here. So as long as I get this first one straight, Interesting, that one's a little bit longer than that. All right. I'm going to use my regular adhesive for, it just has like a little dent in it. Well, I'll put it on that side then. Couldn't see it from the other side. Paper's a little crumply too, so I'll put that on the... Maybe I should put this one on first because it might stay straighter. Because now this feels like there's a little bit of yellow poking through. But I don't care. It's fine. This piece of white. The white paper must be a smidge longer because it does poke off the edge right there too. Now again, I probably do need well, if I use the green, if I start with the green piece, I don't need my mat to make sure that this is straight. Because the green piece is big enough that it can straighten itself. Well, it can't really straighten itself, but I can straighten it with the edge of the paper. And the pink. And then these two. I got tape on adhesive on this somehow. The one picture I don't have a duplicate of. Oh, look, I can just leave these two together almost. Okay, not quite. All right, that one didn't quite butt up against the pink as well as I would have liked. I'm really happy with this border. This is not, I'd say this every time, this is not the direction I meant to go or I thought I was going to go in this layout when we started, but the bubbles are making me happy. And I hope they don't look too much like bubbles. I hope that they will look like the lights from the electrical parade. All right, I think I'm going to mat this in Lagoon. Am I having too many colors? Nope, I need the colors. I can't map the other photos. If I want to go 3 across on this bottom and leave a little gap. So I'm just going to have to find a way to get 3/16 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch. There we go. This one I can easily cut off. I'll go cut off a whole 1/2 inch. None of us mind cutting a little bit off our back side, do we? And keep that one. I mean, I can maybe cut a little bit off of these. That works. Do I want them? I think I want them centered though. Or maybe I do this. And line all of these up together. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay. I think actually what I'm going to do even is grab my ruler. And this is about 2 inches from the bottom. Yeah, we'll go 2 1/4 inches. Yeah, that leaves a little long at the bottom. That's about centered. Okay, so I put this, I've done my 0 centering ruler along the line at the bottom of the paper. I'm just gonna barely give like that 1/16 of an inch. And this will go in the middle. It's always easier to do the 2 outside pieces first and then put the middle piece in. Oh, I didn't get that adhesive off. I put it off camera. I thought, oh, I'll just quick do it and not make you watch. And then I forgot to do it. All right, so before I put this down, I need to put this down. Oh, look, I kind of lined up some of these circles right here. Oh, y'all, I'm having fun with this. I think I've mentioned this before. People have asked me, you know, do you always spend an hour on every layout? And I don't always. But I do sometimes, because sometimes I just am having fun with it like I am this time. Oh, that's very cute. That is such a cute picture of Michelle. I have a friend who's also a big fan of the Main Street Electrical Parade, and so when we were there, and I saw this, I immediately texted her and I said, do you need this? And she did, because this was only at Disneyland, not at Disney World. Okay, now is where we decide if I'm going to do stuff with the confetti and if I'm going to do it with different colors of confetti or if I just do the little black sprinkles. I think I want all the colors of confetti, not just the black, and it's going to be extremely tedious to put that down. But I think that's what I'm going to need to do. All right, so let me punch some confetti from these colors, white, pink, green, and lagoon, because I can even just punch it from this, and then start figuring out kind of an arrangement. And I'm not going to make you watch me punch all the confetti, but I am going to punch it on this so that I can just scoop it up right into my little tray. All right, here are the little white ones. I might have to punch some more. And if I had my little lifter stick, this would be so much easier, but I don't have one handy. So I've got my precision point adhesive. But basically, do I do it on the top and the bottom? I need to journal, so I'll probably journal in a little block of white over here. I don't know about the bottom. That kind of is too much even for me. I think I'm just going to do it at the top. And I wish there was an easier way. And there probably is. I probably could, you know, just put a bunch of glue dots and then sprinkle these on and let the chips fall where they may. Maybe I'll try that. But I kind of think I'm just going to sprinkle some confetti. Yeah, see, I grabbed too many. Does that work if I just sprinkle them and see what happens? I'll just sprinkle them and see what happens, and then when let the glue dry for a minute, and then we'll see. I may have to come back, and I want to use kind of a little bit more. I want it to stay gluey. While I sprinkle all these guys on. I don't think this is going to work. I think I'm going to have to come back. Plus, it's making a mess. I feel like this is like using glitter, isn't it? And it's basically paper glitter. Yeah, so it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't work. I got some doubles, triples where it stuck to the glue. I don't love that. I want it to be random, but this is a little too random for me. These 3 pieces are stuck on top of each other. Went over the blue. Yeah, I don't know if these are actually stuck on or they're just static clinging on to here. I can see the little adhesive. It's kind of shiny and it didn't necessarily cover these up. So the whole sprinkling technique, not a good choice. Maybe works for glitter, but not so much for these. I guess if I would had done, okay, all the blue ones and then sprinkle blue and then do some pink ones and sprinkle pink, that might have worked, but we're going to do some more precision randomizing. Okay, this second one I went ahead and did on my own. Took me about 12 minutes to do both sides of these. Basically what I did is I just would go and put a couple little dots of glue, maybe 3 or 4. And I actually took a piece of scratch paper and just scribbled some of the Precision Point glue ink on it, and then touched the tip of my tweezers. And these are just regular tweezers. They're not crafting tweezers. And so there's just a smidge of little glue on the end of the tweezers. And then I could just kind of touch it in here and it would just pick them up. So then I just had to go find wherever I had an empty space and put a little piece down. It's a little hard because the glue is blue, but it's a little tedious. I wouldn't probably do this unless I was, listening to a book, or, if I was cropping with my friends. This wouldn't be that bad to do. Just sit and stick stickers. This one's actually, the glue kind of oozed out, so I'm going to pull this guy off and do a bigger piece so that it completely covers all the glue. All right, so now I'm going to journal and then come back, and I think I need to do some kind of a title. I think I'm going to use white letters. I might even pull this guy down so I can use my white. I don't have white. I was going to write Main Street Electrical Parade, but this isn't the Main Street Electrical Parade. Oh, maybe I should call it Let the Shopping Commence, because that's what it was. But let me journal and then I'll figure out something for a title. Okay, I did my journaling and I tried to make a little banner, and I used the round tip side of my pen and I didn't like it at all. So I redid it on a piece on the fine tip side of the dual tip pen. I don't know if it's just because my pen is a little bit older and so the tip is a little bit squishy, but I just did not like at all the look of the dual tip pen. So I'm just going to take this, so I'm going to fold it with the words to the outside so that I know that I don't accidentally cut into my letters. Make a little banner. And once again, I'm breaking that whole rule that says, you do the trio of embellishments. I feel like this acts as its own embellishment, and of course all these little confettis up here, which now looking at it, I'm like, I probably need a couple more in here, but really truly the 12 minutes I spent gluing down confetti I think is enough. I don't think I need to write anywhere Main Street Electrical Parade Spirit Jersey, because I wrote it in my journaling. And you can see that it says Main Street Electrical Parade 50th anniversary. I think this is enough. So here's the finished product. I am very, very happy with it. It's a lot. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I love everything about it. Made me happy. And finally, next week, this is episode 9, and we have not actually stepped foot in Disneyland yet. But next week, we actually are going to be at the Magic Kingdom. We're going to start at the train station with some PhotoPass pictures. We're ready to go. Sorry, I said the Magic Kingdom. We're not going to the Magic Kingdom. We're going to Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, starting next week. But for now, this is episode 9. We'll call it shopping. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you don't think I'm too crazy for putting all of these crazy little pieces of confetti. And I am going to put 2 more right in here before I film the intro. So I will see you next week. And until then, happy scrapbooking.